Let's get serious. I've had a lot of fun with you all today. Really just starting at the beginning and building framework and building our foundation and then diving into excuses and prepping you on how to present yourself socially and how to say what you need to say and how to build a content strategy. We have to bring that all together now. This is like the serious, let's make a marketing plan conversation. And if you've watched the brand new episodes, you've seen that this is the time when I like to get into somebody's business. How are they really operating? How are they really executing day in, day out in order to win? Because we can talk about how to do stuff all day long, but then when it comes to doing the stuff, the rubber hits the road. We're going to start with the difference between organic activities and strategic activities. You have to start here, because before we get into tactics and strategies, I've found even the best originators I know, the Barrett Ketchens, the best of the best, still have organic things they do that are unplanned, unthought about, non-strategic. But the more successful an originator is, you start to find out the more strategic and intentional they are with what they do. Let's look at the 4 big buckets to start. Grab something to write with. I'm here with you. Let's get into it. Let's start with the easiest one, our referral partners. Many of us, that's going to be realtors, builders, some CFPs, some CPAs, you get me, some divorce attorneys. But for the bulk of us, it's going to be realtors, builders, etc. These are the people that give you business on a regular basis. What's your strategy to maximize the business you're getting from your existing partners and to get new partners? Write that down. What's my strategy? What is it? You can't run your business off organic strategies that you do when you feel like you should do it. Let me give you an example of what a strategic referral partner strategy looks like. Every Wednesday and Thursday, you leave the office from 1 to 4 and you go to broker preview. You print out the top list of the 150 agents you're prospecting and you highlight the ones that are out on broker preview during the time from the hot sheets you get from the board of realtors. And you make sure between those hours of 1 to 4, you see 4 to 6 of the top agents on your list, whether they're working with you or not, to build a relationship and to connect with them. You do the same things on Saturday and Sunday. On Tuesdays or Thursdays, you make your status update calls where you call every single realtor that you have a lead or a deal with because you have them on your CRM and you check them off one by one to tell them how you're doing on their leads or how their loan is doing in the transaction. That looks a lot more strategic. You can add in things like I mail all the realtors I'm prospecting once a month, so they get a piece of mail from me in their inbox every single month, and they're all part of my economic news drip campaign that I send out white labeled from Barry Habib, thanks Barry, every Monday. That's strategic. That is, I got something in my eye, keep it in. That is, did you do it or did you not do it? Can you show me that you did it or that you didn't do it? It's not organic. It's not based on feelings. It's based on this is my priority every week, and I check the box. And I can give you my sheet, and it will tell you if I did it or not this week. That's what winners do to win. So I'm going to ask you again, what's your referral partner strategy to maintain and maximize your business from your existing partners and to go get new ones? And I want you to come down to the weekly level. What do you do every week to win with your referral partners? Go back and watch some of the brand new episodes where I've asked similar questions to great loan officers, some of the best. I want you to go back and watch it, not because they're going to give you genius ideas, but some might, but because you're going to realize that you're probably in the same boat as some of these other people who are fantastic originators. This isn't an entire gut check call out by Alec moment. There are great originators doing insane amounts of business that operate kind of organically sometimes. And they're not fully strategic and militant about their systems. So I'm not telling you that you have to be perfect to achieve this result, but if you can move the barometer a little bit, if you can just take some of the organic stuff you're doing and make some things non-negotiable, some things strategic and systematic, you will continue to drive your business forward in leaps and bounds. It's not an all or nothing thing. Just move it a tiny bit. Okay, Let's move on from referral partners. Let's talk about your past clients. Write it down. Past clients. All right. What do you do? Here's your question. What do you do to strategically stay in touch and drive business, referrals from your past clients? Again, not a call out. I'm not trying to embarrass you. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I am trying to give you areas of opportunity. And maybe that should be exciting for some of you, being like, oh man, this is stuff I don't do today. What could my business look like if I did it? That's the mindset I want you to have right now. So for past clients, what do? If you send them generic drip email campaigns from a system with no personal contact, you're at the bottom level of performance. You suck. It's not good. First, how many emails do you get a day? It's not fun. You don't like it. Why do you think they like it? So don't do it. So what do you do though? I did some math the other day. How many times do you feel like you should talk to your past client? That's a good number. But how many times do you feel like you should talk to your past client? What's that right number for you? Because depending on how many clients you have in your database, 100, 500, 1,000, you can just do the math and figure out how many calls a day you have to make. And I don't remember the exact math because it's in one of my spreadsheets from a presentation, but it was something like if you have 500 past customers and you want to make 4 contacts a year, so like once a quarter, you want to talk to them once a quarter, you got to make about 5 calls a day. My math's a little fuzzy on that, don't check me. But do your own math. You just divide in math and blah, blah. But start where I want you to start. How many times do you want to talk to your past customers a year? It's probably not monthly. That's probably creepy and too much. Is it every other month? That's a lot. Once a quarter. And then just do the math. And the reason you do the math, because now you can be strategic and not organic. I just call my customers when I think about it. That's going to lose. But now you can be like, hey, today I get to make 5 past customer calls, and here's my list, and I'm going to start dialing. You see the difference? Can you start to make physical sense to you about the difference between organic and strategic? All you have to do is ask yourself some questions and build up some systems. And then look, I'm not telling you, again, that you have to be perfect. But what's going to happen if you move the needle at least 10%, 20%? You're going to get more business. You're going to drive more results. All good things. So back to past clients. How many times are you calling them a year? Do you want to set up an email strategy for them? And if you do, what do you want to email them? I'm not telling you that you have to come up with the answer today. I have an answer. It's called an e-newsletter. You can look at how my video series on YouTube of Fine, I'll Tell You What to Do, and you'll see the whole thing and how I tell people what to do on that. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to ask you the questions. How many times do you want to talk to them, and what are you going to send them to stay in touch and drive business? Again, I'm going to repeat the question one last time before we move on. What are you doing to stay in touch with your past clients? And what are you doing to drive business and referrals from your past client database? And then I want you to zoom that down to weekly activities. What are you doing this week? Divide and conquer. All right. Let's go digital. What's your digital strategy? So we just went through a strategy for referral partners, right? What's your strategy for referral partners and how strategic is it? Does it involve face-to-face broker previews and open houses? Are you sending things in the mail? Are you calling for appointments? What's your strategy? And then for past customers, we did the same thing. What's your strategy? How many times are you calling? What are you sending? Digital. Meaning, we just told you what to say and how to say it. What are you going to do? Okay? Alec yelled at you and said you have to post every single day. Is that what you're capable of doing? You're in every day? No. 2 days a week? Okay, maybe I can do 2 days a week, but you have to have a strategy. If your strategy is, I need to do more on the internets, that's a good start. What are you going to do? Define it out. I'll give you one. I'll bring you to the table a little bit, all right? Here's a strategy. I'm going to carve 1 hour a week onto my calendar as a non-negotiable. I'm going to time block it on Friday afternoon when I got nothing to do. I know you. I am you. And you're going to film 5 one-minute videos based on the content strategy we just talked about. Okay? 5 videos. And down payment assistance, first-time homebuyers, veterans, pick your topic, pick your category, 5 videos. And then you're going to have those 5 videos done on Friday. So now, guess what? Monday comes around, you can post one a day for the entire week. That is the baseline bones of a digital strategy. Now, we can get more mature. What do we talk about? And you can elevate this to a ton of different levels of strategy. But just from an activity level, when I zoom this down, my digital strategy is to post 5 times a week for the next month, and here's how I'm going to do it. Just remember, this is opportunity. This isn't Alex shaming you because you don't do it today. This is space you get to play in and win in that maybe you aren't playing and winning in today. Frame it up like that and go tackle these opportunities. The last one we're going to hit. Local. You're local. You sit somewhere on the earth. And in that space on earth that you habitate, there are people around you hanging out. What are you doing? Again, zooming down, what are you doing on a regular basis to make sure they know you're a great mortgage professional and you're worthy of getting some business from them? That's the question. Write it down again. What are you doing in your local community to let them know that you're an amazing mortgage professional and that you're open for business, baby? I'll help you. Many of us, it's nothing. I go to the office, I work my realtors, I call my past clients, but I don't really do anything locally in my life. So, this is where you get to also have a little fun. Because this is where you get to let your personality out a little bit and start sharing what you do with things that you love. For example, I'm going to start weird and then we're going to get normal. I was running a coaching class and a loan officer said, I'm into RC car racing. And I was like, yes, tell me more about RC car racing. So you know what this is. These are cars that are like yay big that people build or buy kits of, and it's got a little battery in it and they have remote control and they race these things. They go to like events on the weekend with tracks against other people, real life, and they race these cars. I was like, this is the best thing ever. What happens at these things? Well, we have there's events, there's competitions, they're just fun, you just show up. And I'm like, are there kids doing it? It's like, absolutely, there's kids racing cars. And I go, great. You're going to host the Loan Depot RC Car 5000. And you're going to have an event where LD is the sponsor giving away $100. Who cares? Some prize. And you're going to put on an actual race for people for RC cars that sponsored by Loan Depot. And everyone's got to apply to get in, right? They got to give you their information. They got to give you the contact stuff. They apply to get in. You can promise not to spam them. And you're gonna put this event on, and maybe it's just for the kids and they win a Nintendo Switch. I don't care. But you're already there racing cars. Now you get to bring in your brand, Loan Depot, your mortgage company, and you get to have a lot of fun in a place you're already in. I'll give you another example. Maybe a little more normal. No, I'm gonna say abnormal for a second. It's even better. I had a guy say, I'm super into Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering playing cards. And I was like, yes, I used to have Magic the Gathering. I used to play Magic the Gathering. Let's get weird. He goes, well, I'm up in Seattle and that's where the Wizards of the Coast headquarters is, who makes Magic the Gathering cards. And I go on. And he goes, well, there's tournaments for Magic the Gathering players to come together and fight each other with their decks. And I'm like, this is amazing. Host a fight. Host a tournament for Loan Depot. Give away a little prize. I don't care, it doesn't have to be much. Bring all the nerds together and have a battle with a prize from Loan Depot. And then you get to invite all of them together. Guess what? Nerds make cash. This is good. This is awesome. You're going to do a lot of loans. Let's get less weird. Here's the less weird of all less weirds. Who remembers Lunch and Learns? Oh my God, from 1982, Lunch and Learns. Bring together realtors and first-time home buyers and tell them how to buy a house and give them mimosas. Awesome. This loan officer said, I can't speak in front of people, man. I'll never do it. I can't do it. I get too nervous. I don't like it. I feel like a fraud. I feel like I'm going to say something dumb. And I go, great, what do you like doing? He goes, drinking. Fantastic. Tell me more. Well, I like to go to these bars with my buddies and just throw a couple back and have a good time. And I go, awesome. So you're already going to the bars. Yeah, I'm already going to the bars. Cool. What if you invited the real estate community, the ones you're prospecting, the top agents, and maybe even some of your past clients who are entrepreneurs, run their own business, C-suite executives, to a think and drink where You are going to bring in a subject matter expert to talk because you don't want to talk, and facilitate a conversation for 10 to 15 minutes with some Q&A, and the first drink or two are on you. That sounds amazing. Well, yeah, you just get to be the social butterfly you are. You get to flit around from group to group, hanging out, having some drinks, and bring in somebody that can be helpful to the people you're trying to influence. You could bring in a social media expert. Happy to come to your think and drink. You could bring in an estate planner who specializes in wills and trusts, because all of the people that you're helping buy homes might need to consider putting their home in a trust. And you can invite all your clients. There's 1,000 ways to cut this, but if you're already at the bar and you're already drinking, why don't you bring in your community and make it a thing that connects local people to you? Open it up. Let people invite a friend. And all of a sudden, you're going to find that these local marketing activities are ways to bring the community together to create business opportunities for you. So I'm going to go back up and ask the question I started with. What are you doing in your local community to bring people together and to let them know that you're a badass mortgage professional and to earn some business? I'll end on one more, because it's just there's a million of these, but you just got to hear the last one because it'll tie this all together. Get your brain thinking differently. How many of you have local charities that you support in your marketplace? I've talked to thousands of originators, and so many of them have local charities they love and care about. In fact, many of them have local charities that they donate to personally on an annual or regular basis. I go, fantastic. How can you combine the love and support of this charity to your business? Throw a fundraiser. Throw an event and invite people together. It doesn't have to be special. It doesn't have to be this amazing silent auction craziness, but invite people together to give and to come together to support a charity that you care about. Two things are going to happen in all these strategies. Number one, you're going to go out and you're going to invite your community in to come into whatever you're doing. Hear me on this, because it's the thing. You're going to go out and you're going to invite people in to come to your charity event, to come to your think and drink, to come to your lunch and learn, to come to the RC car racing thing. You're going to invite people in, and what are they going to think about you? If I can't come, which is many people, they're still going to be like, you know what, Alex is a good dude. He thought of me. He called me. He reached out to me, and he invited me in. And he's doing some fun stuff that looks kind of actually cool. He's supporting this charity, or he's doing this thing over here. That looks really pretty awesome. They're going to leave with a higher view of who you are, which is the goal of marketing. And then secondarily, some people are going to come, and they're going to hang out with you, and you're going to build deeper and deeper relationships. Local marketing, in my definition, is not about the bus stop ads or the billboards. It's about the impact you have on the community you're trying to serve. So I'll ask you again, what are you doing every month or every quarter to bring people together in your community and to build connection? Let's zoom back out. We'll throw a QR code or a link in here for my list of the 7 marketing things you should do on the Fine I'll Tell You What to Do series, where I talk about ICE and mailers and face-to-face strategies and local events and e-newsletters and podcasts, and I'll give all that to you some other time. This segment for you right now is to spend time on your business, not in your business. Ask yourself the hard questions. Challenge yourself to step up and get out of the organic space and into the strategic space, even if it's just a little bit. Because every step forward with intention is going to drive your results to higher places. If I can encourage you with anything on this stuff, Marketing Mayhem, this whole marketing strategy stuff, it should be a living document. It should be something you come back to and challenge yourself on, that you live in, that you breathe in, that you maybe bring in accountability partners on and say, look, if I don't do this stuff, I want you to yell at me. But this is your opportunity to get better. Let's get strategic. You with me? Okay. We're about to go into the wrap down on a debrief and deep dive to bring this all together and to kind of close out the masterclass on brand new. So you have a full roadmap on how to go from A to Z on everything I've taken individuals through this year. But there's one segment that's missing that I want you to pay attention to now. Normally at this time in the day, we turn the cameras off, get unscripted, and we go take photos and prep people with content they're going to need for later when it comes to producing content. We do an entire new headshot photo shoot and a ton of shots of all these what I'll call like personality shots where people are posing, flexing, pointing, dancing, yelling, screaming at the camera. And you need to go do the same thing. It's a database of assets that you're going to use for thumbnails, for 1,000 different things that you just need to go have done and put into your depository. And so we're going to throw on the screen here in a couple seconds a bunch of poses. These are all people that I've forced into silly poses, including myself, that I want you just to screen grab, and when you go contact a photographer and say, hey, I need new headshots, but I also need to capture a bunch of these lifestyle, funny personality poses, you'll have a roadmap of poses you should do and that you can put into your database to use as you see fit. In addition to those personality shots, here's one more opportunity. This is a space for you to showcase some of that personality. So check out some of these of mine, but think about it this way. What are you into? RC cars? Bring some props in. You into Marvel? Dress up like an idiot. I don't care what you're into, but this is a time to showcase your personality. This is a time to bring not just yourself and these poses into the space, but props and identity things that can help connect you to other people. Let me give you some other fun examples. You a dog person? Bring your dog. You're a cat person? I guess bring your cat. I don't know. I'm not a cat person. You're into collectibles? Bring some. You into fashion? Wardrobe changes, baby. Watches, jewelry, show it off. Not as a flex, but just as a way to share your interests with other people. Sports, fitness, let's go. Show off what you're into. Those assets will deliver huge connection results later in your content journey. Here's some examples. All right, we're not done. One more thing to bring it all together. Let's go. Kapow!